A couple of days ago, me with my boys went to the cinema together. But we didn't pay for the tickets individually. It was my cousin who actually paid for all of them. And so I had to pay him virtually and I had to give him €7 back, which is okay. And then I started constructing a plan on how to get that €7 back into my bank account. You see, I didn't want to bother my dad because he sometimes sends me money and I didn't want to just, ask him again for money. I was gonna do that myself for the first time. I was gonna grab like €10 from his, purse and I was gonna, discharge them after school. I was gonna walk into a local ATM machine that was near my school. I was just gonna put it in and move on with the rest of my day. And as I got back from collecting that €10 from my dad's purse, I saw that €100 bill inside of his purse. And I just thought to myself, wouldn't it be nice to have it? Now, of course, I instantly thought to myself, I shouldn't think like this. No, no, no. Because there are two modes of how you can think that will dictate whether you're in charge of your reality or not. There are two ways of thinking of the end and thinking from the end. And what I was doing right over here was a grave mistake. I was thinking of the end, of having €100 instead of thinking as if I already had them. And that's exactly what I shifted instantly. I just thought to myself, I don't need them. I already have them. And so I just went back. And as my dad asked me, yo, so what do you need the money for? I just later told him that, oh, I just wanted to, put it back because, we went to the cinema together and I wanted to discharge it back. And he just said, okay, well, why didn't you just say so? I'm just gonna send some money over to your bank account right now. You don't have to do anything. And I was just like, okay, thank you. And then he said, and I shit you not, I'm gonna give you €100, okay? And this is the entire essence of what you need when it comes to manifestation and when it comes to discipline. This is exactly what you must do because you can get truly anything in the physical reality if you just normalize it and if you quite literally brainwash yourself into actually having it. You must convince the universe from within that you already have it without. When you don't have it in your physical reality, you must normalize it internally so that you can get it externally. There's no difference between you and the universe. That's why it's called the universe. Credit to Nero Knowledge for that powerful bar. But basically, you are one with the universe. There's no separation. Time and space are just constraints that exist in our third dimension. But the moment that we get out of our third dimension and we go into the fourth dimension, for example, time and space don't exist. Because it is called the God's realm, the Akashic records, the universal storehouse, whatever you want to call it. It's truly just up to you. And yeah, you truly can get anything if you find it within. You see, we are beings that were inherently created by the Creator. Now, I'm not saying that the Creator is God, Allah, Krishna, or whatever you want to call him, whatever your ego prefers, but what we can all agree on is that we come from one source. And that one source can be truly described as anything, but that doesn't matter for the sake of this video. This entity, this infinite entity, gave us the two powerful divine abilities, and these two are the ability to speak and the ability to think. These two alone can literally change and mold the universe to whatever you want to have. But there's a catch to it. In this universe, you don't get what you want, you get what you are. And that's the annoying law of the universe. You can only have what you already have. And as it is said in the Bible, those who have, more shall be given unto them. And those who don't have will have their stuff taken, even whatever they have. I know it's unfortunate, but that's how the universe works. Whatever exists in your consciousness and whatever it is normalized over there will get repeated and materialized in your reality, in your physical reality, so to speak. meaning. You see, many people have it backwards. They think that, they need to work their asses off, then they can get money, for example, and then they will have the feeling of, having the money. But you must come to the understanding of is that everything that we do in this universe, everything, every single desire, whether it is money, woman, I don't know, health, it can be truly anything. We don't want the material side of things. Of course, sure, they are nice, but what we are actually seeking is the feeling that we get upon attaining them. Meaning that if you can emulate the feeling inside of you, whether that is through a visualization, affirmation, or any kind of technique that you wish that works the best for you, because it is not the technique itself that brings it to you, it is actually the state that it puts you in, and the technique can be whatever. All all that you need to remember is that the technique that you believe the most and the technique that you know will work for you authentically is the right one for you. For me, it's visualizations, but it can be affirmations for you. If you can emulate the feeling within of already having it, and if you can normalize it to the point where you are literally dreaming about it at night, and where you get literally just random thoughts about it, as if you were already in that reality, thinking from the end, you get the thoughts like, oh, I knew that that career promotion would come so easily. I'm so happy I finally have my driver's license. It took forever, but here we fucking finally are. And when you think from the end and feel from the end, that's where you get the middleman. Because many people think that if they just work hard enough, they will get what they want. But they need to understand that you can only get what you are. So when you start to embody that feeling of that end result, everything will come to you. Just like I said in the beginning of the story, that $100 bill, it's something so normal to me. I don't even need it. I need less. And then it just came to me so easily without me even trying. And all I had to do was just tell my dad that, oh yeah, I just wanted to put some money back into my bank account because I paid for, the movie or whatever. And it just came flying to me as if it was my bitch, quite literally. And that's what you need to do. You must normalize it within so much to the point where it has literally no option but to just straight up fly to your hands. You must dissociate from the fact that there's no middleman. It's not like you do something, then you get the material thing, and then you get it mentally. No, no, no. It's that you do the thing, the activity that you truly believe will get you there. Then you feel worthy of feeling the feeling that you would get upon attaining the material thing, and then the material thing will show up in your life. But before you take any physical action, you must first normalize it within. So you normalize it within, then you take the physical action, then you reinforce your physical body and your subconscious mind that you truly are deserving of having it instead of just being worth it. You are also deserving of it on the physical plane, and then it comes and it materializes. And that's how it goes. But before we end off this video, there's also one more thing that you always must keep in mind, and that's your old frequency, your old collection of beliefs, thoughts, identities, feelings that just wants to continue existing, right? It is like whatever you whenever you wish to write a test, for example, that you've been studying for so long, you consciously know that you know the theory so much. You know that you're gonna absolutely dominate the test. And then your old beliefs start to come up, slowly but surely that, oh, but what if you just get an D, for example? You remember that one time you studied 5 years ago on that very powerful exam and then you failed? Yeah, it's gonna come and it's gonna test you hard. And this is what you need discipline and willpower for. So I suggest that you do this powerful practice every single day. You take a candy bar or whatever food you you really like, for example, whether it is a chocolate bar or it doesn't matter what it is, and you just put it on your table next to your computer or next to the place where you spend the most amount of time of. And like whenever you're studying, just leave it there. Don't eat it. It's okay if it spoils. Doesn't matter. That's not the point of this experiment. And just let it be there. What we are doing right now is building up your willpower, which is basically your ability to resist temptations, because this will truly help you with overcoming your old frequency. Because here's the thing, when you move on to the part where you know you are deserving of, having it, after normalizing it and doing all of this stuff, the physical action, and then you are confident that it's gonna materialize, when you think and feel from the end, it is destined to happen. It is just that your old frequency will try to sabotage you as much as possible, meaning that you must watch out and you must reaffirm to yourself that whatever belief doesn't align with the end, with the reality of you already having the material thing that you so desire and already having the feeling literally rooted inside of you, then that belief isn't yours, it's the old frequencies. So just watch out, my timeless reader, because you're gonna get tested. And yeah, you just need to watch out. And you must build that inner strength to remain faithful to feeling and thinking from the end. And then you must take the right action that you're gonna be compelled to do. Then you must actually take the action to feel worth it and to feel deserving of already having that reality. And then the material thing that is a byproduct of it, by the way. You shouldn't rely emotionally on the material thing. You should rely completely emotionally on the feeling of naturalness that you get upon normalizing it in your subconscious mind. And then the material thing will just come flying to you like a bitch. Because you're gonna be a lighthouse, a beacon of that feeling that will attract all of the material goods onto you that are just byproducts of that feeling. Because energy is the true currency of the universe. And what is emotion? It's energy in motion. And that's something that you need to write down. I suggest that you go back through this video at least 3 times, because there are things that truly flew over your head. So, yeah. By the way, if you want to speedrun your journey on self-mastery, on self-improvement, on stoicism, discipline, willpower, manifestation, productivity, and all of these things, then I highly suggest that you should go check out Timeless Reader's Mindset in the description. It is truly something life-changing, and I suggest that you lock in the price right now, because for just $49, bro, yeah, this shit is gonna explode. So I suggest that you invest in now before it's too late. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you